Arash loved old things. He liked the way they felt, heavy and important. One day he walked into a dusty antique shop. The air smelled like old wood and forgotten secrets. Arash ran his fingers along a chipped vase and a dented silver teapot. He stopped at a table with an old mirror propped against the wall. The frame was ornate silver, but the glass was cloudy and dark. An old man with a long white beard sat behind the counter. "Can I help you, son?" he asked, his voice raspy and low. Arash pointed to the mirror. "How much is this one?" The old man chuckled, a dry, crackling sound. "That one's not for sale, son. Not anymore." Arash frowned. "Why not?" The old man leaned forward, his eyes like two dark stones. "Because that mirror shows the truth," he whispered. "And sometimes the truth is too much to bear." Arash wasn't superstitious. He didn't believe in ghosts or magic. He thought the old man was just trying to get a better price. "I'm not afraid of the truth," Arash said boldly. The old man studied him for a moment, then sighed. "So you say, son, so you say." He named a price, surprisingly low. Arash paid him and carried the mirror home, his heart pounding with a strange mix of excitement and unease. That night Arash hung the mirror on his bedroom wall. He stepped back to admire it. The dim light in his room made the glass seem even darker, more mysterious. He leaned closer, his breath fogging the surface. For a moment he thought he saw something move in the reflection. A flicker of darkness just behind his shoulder. He spun around, heart racing, but there was nothing there. Over the next few days, Arash couldn't stop looking at the mirror. Each time he passed, he would steal a glance, searching for that fleeting darkness. Sometimes he thought he saw it again, a shadow lurking in the depths of the glass, but it was always gone before he could be sure. One night, Arash woke from a bad dream. His heart hammered in his chest. He glanced at the mirror. This time there was no mistaking it. A dark figure stood in the reflection just behind him. He leapt out of bed and whirled around. Empty. The room was empty. He told himself it was just his imagination, fueled by the old man's words. But fear, cold and sharp, pricked at his skin. Arash decided to prove he was just imagining things. He grabbed his phone and set it to record. He pointed the camera at the mirror and started to speak. "Okay," he whispered, his voice trembling slightly. "Let's see what you are." His reflection in the phone screen was pale and scared. He moved the phone closer to the mirror, focusing on the dark figure behind his reflection. As he watched the footage, a cold dread washed over him. The figure was clearer now, as a man with a twisted dark face and eyes that glowed with an eerie light. Even through the phone screen, Arash could feel the icy touch of the man's gaze. Suddenly, the figure in the video turned, looking directly at Arash. Arash gasped and dropped the phone. He looked up at the mirror and saw the figure standing right behind him, no longer a reflection, but real, solid, and terrifyingly close. His heart pounded in his ears, a frantic drumbeat against the silence of the room. The last thing he saw before the darkness swallowed him was the man's eyes, burning with a cold, malevolent fire.